Hello everyone, welcome back to Crochet with Lulu, and I'm used to saying and friend or and friends. My little Gracie has gone to see her papa, so I'm here alone, and the other four are next door in their sleeping arrangements, and it's quiet, so I'm hoping to get through this video. Now normally I would say if you see the tripod moving, we're not having an earthquake, but we did have an earthquake Saturday. Did not know it until I was awake until probably 5-6 o'clock Saturday morning. And when I got back to sleep, I was just trying to rest, Woke up and my friend had texted me. One had sent me a Facebook message, one had sent me a text, and we had an earthquake in Middle Tennessee. People were feeling it all over the area that I was in, and then I'm not sure how far, but I know Knoxville. I did not feel it, but the four was having a fit, and I'm wondering maybe if they felt it or sensed it. I'm not sure, but they were having a fit. So I can't say that now because we could be having an earthquake. I don't know. That was so strange to me. The last one I remembered having in this area was 2003, and it shook my apartment. I was living in a different apartment and it shook it. Sorry for the mess, but I have gotten some crochet attire. Not attire, crochet notions and doodads, I'll say. I haven't done a lot of crocheting this weekend, but I did start a new work in progress. Oh my word. I'm gonna have to finish the ones I've started. I think I counted up, I think right now I've got 5 or 6 works in progress. Still got the gnome. I didn't do anything on the gnome. I didn't do anything to my little pouch or my beanie. My son's scarf is still right here in this bucket, but I did start a new one, like I needed to have. If you are not watching Rhonda Butler, please, please go and watch her videos. Her and Club Crochet. I love watching their tutorials on the amigurumis. I'm following her right now on this, that was me, sorry. I have my phone plugged in because the battery was getting low. A friend of mine, they'd gone to a big community yard sale at the fairground in their town over the weekend, and she sent me pictures of what her little stepdaughter had gotten and then what she wanted but didn't get because it was a little more, it was quite a bit expensive. But hey, you know, if we got paid by the hour, we'd be doing well. So I told her, I said, I think I can make one. Let me see. And first thing, I tuned in Rhonda Butler and I started the dragon. Look at its little hand and arm. Is that not cute? I didn't know what would go good with this, and I had that bucket of yarn, and then I had this hot pink that I had in my stash that I'd been doing bees and different little things with, and I thought that and that gold would be so cute. This is one of its arms and hands and its little toenails. It's Red Heart Super Saver. It's called Pretty in Pink. It is a 4-weight and it's 100% acrylic. And I'm sorry, I keep thinking the camera's over here and the camera's over here right now because I've got my phone turned different. This is as far, I tried it several times. One time my stitches were all off and I thought, nope, I'm not happy with that. I won't be happy with it, so I frogged it. The second time I had to do something or go somewhere and I didn't write down what row and what stitch count I was on. So I came back and I thought, well, I can probably figure out the row. but I didn't know if I could figure out the stitch count, so I just frogged it and started all over. So this time I have my row number that I'm ready to start written down, and then I have a safety stitch marker right there. So that's going to be something I work on. Hopefully I'll start back in on it tonight. And these little things are your friends. These little tin canisters. I have safety eyes because I was going to carry that with me the weekend. I got to go out on an outing. And I thought, well, I'll just put this in there. And then, because I have road anxiety. Does that make sense? I don't like when all the traffic's weaving in and out. That makes me really nervous. So I thought, well, I'll take it and I'll do it. But I didn't need it. I was fine. But I do have my darning needles, safety eyes, the backs, and a stitch marker in here. My scissors wouldn't fit in here. So I need one just a little longer to put my small scissors that I carry. I have a lot of little bags, but I don't have enough project bags to take out. So I use these bags when I make beanies for people, and I put them in here. They make awesome carrying bags. I've not worked anymore on the gnome. I needed to have worked on the gnome and my other projects. I just have not. And the squirrels went berserk in my head, and I started the dragon. So like I said, I'm hoping to get busy on that tonight and finish that up. Mother's Day was awesome. I hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day. I hope you've had a good weekend. I hope you've been able to do some fun things. I got to go on an outing Saturday with my son and his girlfriend to her family's for their Mother's Day celebration, and it was awesome. They met up at one of the houses and had a big cookout. It was so nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We had such beautiful weather. It was so cool. It was awesome. It was awesome. And her mother got me the prettiest vase and put me a flower arrangement in it. So I'm gonna try to think at the end of this video and put a little video of some of the road trip, and then my gifts. My son, I always get real distracted when I hear the ambulances and the police and all that, and so there must be something going on. There was 2 police went up, but my son got me the most beautiful, softest green blanket, and I've got it way up high so the fur children can't claim it, because everything soft, they think it's theirs. So they claim it, and when I leave the room, they have it in their crate or they have it in the floor. So this is way up high. They can't get to it, and it had a hanger. So I'm going to keep the hanger with it when I'm not using it, and I'm going to hang it up real high. I laughed and said, I need to start hanging things from the ceiling so they can't get it. But he got me that is the prettiest blanket. I love it. It's so soft. You know, I stay cold, so it will be wonderful. He got me some coffee. You know, I love coffee. You know, I'm so addicted to coffee. And he got me some cookies to go with the coffee, and they are delicious. Those long wafers, he got me some of those, and 2 things of cookies, and one of them has cherry. It's delicious. It was delicious. And the prettiest card had a little Boston Terrier holding flowers, and it was so cute. And a bag with a toadstool on it, and it was so cute. It said, "You grow, girl." And oh, I just loved it. I loved it. I had the best time. He's always so thoughtful. He always buys me coffee and little treats to go with my coffee. And then his girlfriend bought me a journal, and I don't have it over here, but it's in one of the videos I'll show, because I keep journals. This is my notebook that I keep, that I write down the makes I've done this year. And this one, of course, is my scratch page, and it's got the row that I'm ready for, and the rose I finished on the dragon. And I keep calendars and all that stuff beside me. So she bought me a journal and 2 ink pens, hand sanitizer, and a mug, a coffee mug. Everybody that knows me knows I love England and all things English. I love it. The mug is beautiful and it's got birds on it. So I brought it over here and I've put it on my TV stand. I don't have my mug hooks under my cabinets yet, so I want to do that and put my good mugs on that and put my other mugs, just set them on the counter. Fix my coffee bar, and I've got some pictures in my storage trailer that I need to hang up around my coffee bar. So I had a good weekend. I hope you all had a good weekend. And what have you been working on? And did you go any places this weekend? Leave me comments. I love reading the comments. I love it. Everybody's so precious, so nice. You're all just so wonderful to me, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I've made so many new friends on my YouTube channel, and I just really appreciate you all. And I love the feedback about all the things I make and what yarns are good, and I love that, because as you know, I'm just starting the amigurumis, and it's a learning curve. You know, I've got all of this to learn, and I'm teaching myself how to read the patterns and follow along with the pattern. Now, Rhonda Butler, getting back to her tutorial, she takes you through every stitch. And I love that, because sometimes with me, it's not second nature. Like, where does a stitch go? Like, if I can find it without a problem here. The toenails, they're bobble stitches or clusters. So when you're doing your next row, where does the stitch go? So I had to watch her to see how, because you started here and then you went around and around, and then you ended up doing the clusters or the bobbles. And so when I was finishing, I thought, oh no, how do I go above them? You know, because you don't really have, like most of the time when you do a cluster or a bobble, you do a chain one on that stitch, but this one you do the cluster and then you do the chain in between. And I thought, oh no, where will my, but you do the stitch before and the stitch after. So that, I loved seeing her tutorial and see how, you know, because it doesn't come natural to me. So thank you, Rhonda. Thank you so much for your, I mean, her videos are awesome. I've got allergies and my eye just started itching really bad, but her videos are awesome. Club Crochet is awesome. I followed him on the Little Whale, and he does some little tiny gnomes that I want to do. But I'm enjoying this, so I'm hoping to have more progress. It's going to take me some time to do this, you know, because I don't just work on it the whole time. Her tutorial, I think, is 3 hours and something on this one. She shows you 3 different styles. You've got the dragon. There's 3 different things you can make. You can make one with wings, one with the horns, and something else. So a dinosaur. So watch her tutorials. She has awesome tutorials. Awesome. So this is one of the hands. I think I mentioned that a minute ago. So I've got to make one more identical to this one, the same amount of rows and stitches. And then the feet are just a little shorter. But I'm having a good time. So go give her a look and look at Club Crochet. And then I found another channel that I'm really enjoying. Michelle Plays Hooky. She's awesome. Her content is awesome. She shows things that, you know, yarns that she's getting, and I mean, just give her a look-see. Give her a look-see. I'm going to get off from here. I've been on here 15 minutes jacking, and I've tried 3 times, so this video's going, you know, my messes. So I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the day. It'll probably be Tuesday or Wednesday before I come back with another video. But have a good day, and I will see you back next time with more shenanigans and shindig places. Bye-bye.